Hey, I'm Kev, Mexico, and welcome back to MotoGP 18. Has Mario, he got so close in Argentina to scoring a point. Can he go over the mark in his third race in Moto3 round the Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas? So here goes Mario doing the complete test this time. Instead of doing each test individually, he's now got 6 laps to do all 3 of these tests, as he's got to pass the checkpoints for a speed equal or superior to that included, break through in the air shown to successfully pass the deceleration checkpoints, and ride staying as close as possible to the indicated trajectory and stay under the lap's time limit. I'm sure you can do it. So here goes Mario then, on to the first test, which is the speed test. So he's got 5 speed traps, and he's got to be over the speed indicator at the top, and he's just ahead of that one. That's not very promising. As he goes into the first corner, look how wide open that is. Absolutely insane. And we've got to beat a 2:30. Sure he can do that. As he just about beat that speed test as well. He's a bit all over the place, Mario, at the moment. Around it. As we've got this fantastic section with the sweeping S's in the first sector of the lap. And it's surprisingly manoeuvrable, this Moto3 bike through there. And this is one of the rare circuits around the world which works so well for cars and bikes. Of course, remember, it was designed for the American F1 Grand Prix. Well, it definitely works for the F1 cars, but it also works for the MotoGP bikes, and it's no surprise to see that Austin is the home of Grand Prix motorcycle racing in America. Now, there's been some pretty good circuits throughout the years, not least, of course, Laguna Seca, but Indianapolis was alright. Had some bashful battles, I remember, between the likes of Ducati twins of Hayden and Dovizioso, of Marquez against the Yamahas, I remember as well. As this Scartalia 46 bike is messing with Mario's melon, man. Just get by, there you go. Now you're finally down the inside. As I don't think we're going to have to worry about the time threshold. Just worrying about the speed, has. Well, what are you doing? Is that Rodrigo in front? Just blocking us off through the long reverse turn 8 corner of Turkey. You can see the final speed threshold right in front. I'll easily beat it. Then braking very hard to the penultimate corner, probably the trickiest corner on the circuit. Into the final corner. Look at, definitely smashing it time-wise there as well. It's going to be a 23-1. So now we're going on to the braking test. So you've got to brake within the marked area. Oh, slightly early. And it shows it as well. Look how slow we're going into that corner. And so we get a tick because I think we're just early in the indicated area. It's not that we braked actually before it or after it. That's all we've got to do. But then that'll give us less development points at the end. Let's look at us riding all the curves. We've been very aggressive. Good to see McDonald at the top as well. 223 is... yeah, no doubt he's half a second slower. That was all over the place. I get the feeling the next braking point is coming down the hill here. Into the hairpin, as we can definitely take that flat out. No point lifting. And it is. What a good guess. And it's going to be at the end of the straight, isn't it? The next one. So there you go, perfect. Or not. As you go incredibly wide. That's what I'm finding sometimes with the braking test. Like, it seems like it's too late, but again, maybe just not used to the braking at the moment is Mario, the Moto3 bike. Did have that problems as well in the Red Bull Rookies Cup and that braking feel. So there you go, perfect. But again, look at that drifting wide. So we've got 2 more braking points to go. Bit surprised about that. So next one round this corner then. Oh, of course it is. Perfect. Again, this one feels early. Be like the first one. That's a 3.1 second third in DJ. What is going on with the other riders in practice? Incredibly misbalanced. And it's the final corner, it's the last one. There you go, Mario nicely hooking up that penultimate corner. And into the final corner, nicely hooked. As he gets going again. And that's 2 from 2. On to the next one. It's just a trajectory. So Mario's got to dust himself off after that fall and stick to the line in the designated zones. We've got 5 of these zones. Oh, a bit wide on the apex there. Let's see, he's above 80. So that's good in the first test. And slightly left through the kink and now into the second area. Through the S-bends. This will be interesting to see how close we are. Look at Mario sticking to it though. It's all a bit tight there. Drops down to 91, but that will do. And then the next area, 500 yards, so it's after these corners, is it? That's so weird going around these trajectory lines. Mario coping. It's already a bit offline already. No, he's not been good breaking into this hairpin. That's not bad at all. And out the hairpin. Oh, this could be towards 95, not quite. As it seems like the first 2 is 80% and it's up to 85 for the next 3. But Mario keeping up. Down this back straight. As he can go all over the place, that's why we're kind of hovering slightly offline. So it's in this section now. Got to follow the trajectory. That's a good start all over the curbs. So he's keeping to the lines. We're just riding to the lines. We're not even trying to think about speed at the moment. Let's get out of the way, rider. What are you doing? As we're down to 93 and then it's through. The reverse turn 8 then. It's the final test. We've got to get 90%. So much for it being 80, 85. We kept it at 93. Nicely done, Mario. Now he's just going to beat the time. 1 corner to go. And we might have done all 3 tests. In 3 laps. Not bad at all. Good development points earned as well. You got the final corner. There, 24. So well done, Mario. That's 3 from 3. So that's the trajectory test since he smashed it. All in the 90s. Same for speed traps. Good bonuses earned. Just +1 though in the first sector, but then much better everywhere else. And then in braking 1 early, then 4 perfects. That's what we like to see. How about this for a practice lap? Oh, the upgrades have worked. What about that for Mario? He's topped his first session in Moto3 with a cracking lap near the end, as he is just ahead of Jorge Martin, Arnold Canet, Della Porta, Bastianini, the Leopard twins ran out the top 5 ahead of Antonelli, Di Gianantonio, Alonso Lopez, Marco Bezzecchi and Suzuki, the podium getter. Last time out in 10th. Wesloy in 27th, 2 seconds slower than his teammate. Let's see if this carries over into qualifying. So here goes Mario for his 3 laps in qualifying with just under 8 minutes to go. Rodrigo set down the marker, 2:19.1. That is much slower than practice. As you may have noticed, a big increase in Mario's times from the times he was doing for the development test. So 1, that's because in the development test he was riding to the development test to get the maximum out of them. The development points, and 2, he rode with the default setup in the development test, riding with the Qatar setup or the setup we used in Argentina last time, which is the Qatar setup but with the ride height all the way down to the bottom. Seems to suit Mario that way, and look at that, 2 tenths down in the first sector. Can definitely make that up as the lap progresses. And you see compromising the right hand of it, so he can really accelerate through the left. And using all the curves, Mario, he's dicing with them. Can definitely do that in this edition compared to previous. He goes into the hairpin. And remember, we've got the upgrades as well. So we got the upgrades on the aerodynamics. We chose to have the higher top speed rather than have the aerodynamic grip through the corners. But there's only one element to that, one slot, so I'm not sure that'll make a huge difference. But the biggest difference you're going to have is acceleration out the corners. That's where you put quite a bit of development into. So you see, particularly in this sector, we shouldn't be slacking too much compared to everyone else now. And that's also a good playoff compared to that aerodynamic development we chose, where it's going for the top speed. Well, with the engine we're going for the acceleration, so hopefully that plays off well together. To go through the final couple corners of his first lap. He's looking very good, is Mario. It's a Vinci machine looking very good as well, as Lloyd's in the top 10 in qualifying at this point as well. So definitely bought a bike to party. And he crossed the line with 18.7. That's pole for Mario. The crowd goes wild in America. Let's see if he can improve on his second lap then. We're not quite ready for one shot. We'll see if he can improve on his second lap, and then we might do a third lap. Well, I think that 18.7 is going to be pretty damn handy. It's going to be right up there, isn't it? It's okay, a bit too much speed into the right, compromising for the left, and see what had to get onto the curbs. And you just got to wait to accelerate through the right. And look at that, 3/10 up is Mario. Oh, he's on Moto2 bike, everyone else is on Moto3. Remember this a couple of years ago with Arnold Canet in qualifying. I think he qualified like a second faster than anyone else. They're not all on Moto3 bikes. He just somehow found something around this track compared to everyone else. And it's like Mario's doing that as well. And 7/10 up. And now he's got slipstream down the back straight. This isn't fair. This is not fair at all. We shouldn't have upgraded the bike. Mario's destroying everyone. Can he know his braking? See, and I thought we'd have to mix the rear and front brakes and combinate them. Or combo them. That's a better word, isn't it, than combinate. But he's just using same old methods. They're just the improvements with the bike. We're feeling it round here. There's always the 10th up. He lost a few tenths to get past that back marker. Just slowing him down this lap. As you can see, he slows in the middle of that corner and can just accelerate all the way towards the final couple of corners. Oh, you can feel the bumps as well, being on this low ride height setting. You can feel the bike skirting over them. But Mario's feeling it as he rides towards the line. 18 flat. End the session now. And it's his first pole in Moto3. Welcome to Grand Prix Motorcycle Racing, Mario. What an innovation from Argentina, from Qatar, where he struggled not to be on the back row. Couple of improvements and suddenly the bike is the bike to chase in this field. Just ahead of Jorge Martin and Arnold Canet. And a bit of a gap to the second row. Della Porta, Di Gianantonio and Bastianini. It's an all Italian second row. Get your drinks out. And we've got Alonso in 7th, ahead of Rodrigo and Mino. And rounding out the top 10 is Joachim Kornfeld, the veteran, the Czech rider, ahead of Mesa and Sasaki. Then Tuba, McPhee, Bezzecchi down in 16th on the sit for alongside his fellow Italians Bulliger and Antonelli. And there's Loy rounding out the top 20 in the end, alongside Ramirez and Otel on the 7th row, with the Kazakhstan rider at the back. As we look at the grid and look at that, Mario's made a decision. medium rears instead of softs. Despite the tyres holding up incredibly well in Argentina, just wants to go for that hard option where the rear should be sliding round this circuit, the America's circuit. Hopefully you won't lose time in the second half of the race as we look through the grid.
While the race officials are waving the green flag, the riders gather their final thoughts and get ready to race another US Grand Prix here at Austin.
So here's McDonald, revving it up. Let's get underway. Decent getaway, but he's dropping back to Martin, to Canet, to Della Porta. Take your pick. Look at Rodrigo forcing his way down the inside. Namayo's round the outside, stuck behind Canet. Sneaks through into 6th place. He's got Rodrigo in 5th in front. Oh, he did. Brave on the opening lap from Mayo. Oh, he gets past 4th as well. Got some good passing, but oh, there's an attack. Not working out though for Mino. Very aggressive though. And you've got Bezzecchi in front. Got Della Porta's teammate down to 9th. Or Bastianini, should I say, not Bezzecchi. And you've got Di Gianantonio in 10th as whoa, Mino. Very aggressive. As look at that, Martin not leading. He's got Mino and Rodrigo behind. Antonelli and McPhee for 16th, just out the points. As he gone to the back straight for the first time, 4 tenths of a second behind the top 3, 6 tenths ahead of 5th though. So the lack of top speed might be hurting us a bit at the end of the straight. And look at the braking into the left-hander. Had to take some avoiding action there, or else he's cobbering the side of Bastianini. As you can see, Tuba and Bulliger battling for some points. So it's Della Porta behind. He's raced up the order. Leopard showing its straight line speed behind. Those angry bees, they're buzzing hard in Austin. Obviously like the heat. So we go a bit wide there. Through the middle of the corner. As you can see, really compromising for the second half. But again, tyres not up to what they should be for Mayo. Especially that rear tyre. You can see he's sliding everywhere. As Bezzecchi's down in 19th. Battling with Sasaki. Expect those two to be front runners. Not the case here. As look, it's mad in 4th. With Canet ahead of Martin and Bastianini. Della Porta, Mino. There's lots of Italians here. Flying high in Austin. He goes into the hairpin. Hard on the power. It's Di Gianantonio, there's one of them. In 8th, battling with Lopez. Rodrigo in 6th. Sasaki making his way through the order past Antonelli. McPhee still just on the edge of the points. Lloyd battling into the top 20 while his teammate, look at this. Battling for a podium. As he goes a bit wide again through that right. Just not quite working out that corner. As he's in a leopard sandwich with Della Porta behind. Compromise to the left. Or right for the left. As the top 2 are easing away from Bastianini. We have to get past this leopard rider if we want to win here. And here goes Mario with the dive. Makes it work just. Of Ennio Bastianini, but he's got the slipstream now on that very quick leopard machine in a straight line. As he's over a second behind Martin and Canet. Let's see if Bastianini makes his way by though. I'm surprised he's not by already. As we've got Binder ahead of Arenas for 22nd. This is a top KTM as well, isn't it? Grassini. And Squario Galizio in front. Or Hondas, aren't they? Same for Bastianini behind on the Leopard, if I remember correctly. Well, his teammate Lloyd's battling to be in the top 20 with Arenas. Just shows you how gifted this Mario kid is once he gets it hooked up. As you go through reverse turn 8. Oh, too much curb in the first part. Slowed him down again. But now this medium tyre should start to play into his hands. As we approach the second half of this race, the bike will stop sliding so much when he gets on the power. Tyres should be nicely heated up, should be gripping as well. We'll see what he can do as he sets an 18-1. He still has second behind Martin, but a second ahead of Bastianini. But Martin's got the slipstream of Canet in front. That's a big disadvantage, especially for that back straight. So he breaks very deep into the first corner. Just about holds on. There's a bit of a bucking bronco there over the bumps. Then he goes through the right, slight lift, just not confident enough to take that flat out. He goes through the left, through the right. That's nicely sweeping through this first sector. You see rear sliding still, but he's staying upright. He's gained a couple of tenths. Mario's coming into play for the victory. Get the Jaws music out for the top two. But he's just got to be nailing every single one of these corners. Breaks into the hairpin, though, a bit wide. But doesn't look too bad. You can just nail the throttle and cut back and help the acceleration down this back straight. He's lost a tenth to Martin, but gained a tenth on Bezzecchi behind. The Italian's dropping out for podium contention as Cornfield up to 13 ahead of Bulliger. Suzuki ahead of Noradin for 24th. But we're concentrating on the battle between the top three here as Neco Much McDonald gains under braking at the end of the back straight. Oh, he's confident now on these brakes. These round here as you've got Rodrigo ahead of Lopez for 8. He's so good in this sector. If he gets hard on the power. He's right on the back of Martin. He's right on the back of Canet. We've got a three-way fight here in Austin in Moto 3 at round 3. On that 3. He's virtually pushing Martin through the penultimate corner. McDonald sniffing. He sees a victory right in front. Zol had to take 2 bites at the cherry there getting on the power. He sets a 17.5. He's still qualifying. I don't told him he's racing yet. They've got Arbadono rounding out the top 10 doing a good job. It's the youngster. But here goes McDonald bashing his way past Martin. No respect for the championship leader as his teammate DJ Antonio is up to 6th. Let's look at this for McDonald, taking alternate lines as well in this first sector. Seem to be working though. He's all over Canet, virtually pushing him through the corners. This medium tyre's coming into play now. As he's behind the Spaniard. Well, he wants to stay behind the Spaniard for that back straight, but you will see. Because the lack of top speed on this bike compared to these two could be exposed on that back straight. So being in a slipstream, that will help. On this penultimate lap of the race. Can't believe this. 3rd race of the season. Mario's battling for victory. After looking nowhere near it in Qatar. In Argentina, being one of the slowest riders in the race, but still battling for a point. This kid's got fight. This 25-year-old kid. 26 now. I forget he aged. I mean, you do go up a year every year, don't you? There's all, he could dive down the inside net. He has a little look. That's a bit clumsy in the end, Mario. Got a bit excited there, seeing that gap. And that's allowed Martin to maybe hover down the inside. Or not. Mario said no, not this time. Oh, Martin does it back though. But then Mario gets him on the exit around the outside. Canet's almost a second in the lead though. What are you doing, Martin? There's by. You're the slow one. This you're proving through this long corner. Here goes Mario down the inside in penultimate corner. As we've got a lap to go in Austin. We've got a grandstand finish. Mario! What have you done? He's down to 5th. Behind the yellow pods. There's ahead of Di Giannantonio. But what have you done, Mario? You can still grab a podium. I can't believe that. Tyre's still got solid grip. He did not smash the throttle. The rear just went on him. It does feel totally random at times in this edition compared to previous. I could understand I was a bit too aggressive here or there. No, Mario's thinking, but out of that corner, he was perfectly fine. We've been much more aggressive on the throttle in that first sector compared to the last corner. But still, we could have a grandstand finish between these three for the final podium place. Oh, how much is Mario regretting that previous lap, the dive on Canet. As he goes onto the hairpin, you can see taking a couple stabs at the throttle now. He's a bit more cautious on it. He's 6 tenths behind Della Porta, 6 tenths ahead of Di Giannantonio. This is still going to be first points finish as well, remember, in Moto 3. But where will he be? As it's the last lap, he's diving. It's 4th ahead of Della Porta. You can still see a podium right in front. He uses some rear brake to get through that corner. It's a bit wide. Into the left, but that's a nice arc in the end. He's going to get good acceleration. Oh, he's battling for 20 seconds. Shame on him. Look at his teammate with these upgrades. They're obviously working for Mario. He's battling with Arenas. As he chucks the bike into penultimate corner, gets hard on the power. He still has a chance at a podium into the final corner from way back. He tried, but it's going to be 6th in the end. That final corner was shaking your fist at you. But still, race objective, beat Loy. Think of the positives. As Canet wins ahead of Martin Bastianini, Della Porta in 4th, and Di Giannantonio rounds out the top 5 after that last lap dive bomb from Mario. He still gets 6th. It's still his first point scored. He's still the top KTM ahead of Mino. It's still solid points as well for a Vintia team that will struggle to score them, especially with Loy. But Lopez in 8th, Rodrigo in 9th. Arbolino rounds out the top 10 and is on the head of Tuba, Meza in Hotel, Bezzecchi in 14th, off day for the Italian ahead of Kornfeld. John McPhee not scoring any points, but going 18th. Loy in 21st in the end, with the Kazakhstan rider at the back. So in the Riders' Championship, Martin leads by 12 points ahead of Canet, and they're a massive 20 points ahead of 3rd already. Mino ahead of Della Porta and Bastianini, who launched themselves into the top 5 due to the Leopard twins. Di Giannantonio, Bezzecchi down to 7th, Suzuki down to 8th, Rodrigo in 9th. Then we've got Lopez up to 10th ahead of Hotel. Where's Mario? There he is in 15th with 10 solid points scored. As we look through the field, 22 riders scored points already this season out of 29. Let's look at the reputation and development points. As you can see, he's getting further up. He's around a 3rd of the way through, isn't he? Or a quarter at least, on his way towards being first rider. As we look at the breakdown, you can see lots of development points earned there. 7,700, we'll take that. So we look at the other results. Of course, Marquez won in America ahead of Dovi and Zarco. And in Moto 2, it was Bagnaia ahead of Baldassari and Alex Marquez. So first points on the board for Mario. First pole as well. Nice statistics there. 1 win, 2 podiums, 3 poles.
But can he make it a first podium or win in Moto3 next time out around the circuit he's familiar with, where the journey began, around the Circuito de Jerez Angel Nereto, and the first Spanish race of the season. Mario had decent pace in the end, remember, around Jerez, on the Red Bull Rookies Cup bike in the race. So we'll see if that translates to this Moto3 machine. But so thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.